We have 3 more minutes, sir.
Okay. Purananam alayam. We will start. Shruti Smriti Purananam alayam karunalayam namami bhagavat pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Bande Guru Paramparam. With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we are entering into the session number 7 of Mookapanchashati Arya Shatakam. We will start with shloka number 62. Mami.
Namaskar. Premavati kampayam sthemavati yati manassu bhomavati samavati nityagira somavati shirashibhati haimavati.
It starts with description of Kamakshi Devi. Kampayam Premavati. Premavati means one who likes to stay there. Prema. So she has prema, she has a love for the area around Kampa river, which we have been seeing from the beginning. Sthemavati yati manassu. Yati manassu in the minds of yatis, in the minds of those who have controlled their minds. Yati is one who has complete control over his mind. That is why he is called yati. Generally, we use the term yati for a sannyasi because he is the one who has the maximum control over his mind, as opposed to the other 3 ashramas. Now, in the minds of yatis, sthemavati. Sthemavati means who is steadily there, who is steadily seated in the minds of yatis, firmly seated in the minds of yatis. Bhumavati. Bhumavati means, Bhuma is a term which has been used in Chandogya Upanishad, Bhuma Vidya, for Paramatma, who is all pervading, who is present everywhere. For him, Bhuma has been used. So if you use the same meaning here, Bhumavati, it means Devi who is all pervading, who is present everywhere. That is one meaning. Another meaning can be, Bhuma can also mean plenty of wealth, plenty of glory. So she is having plenty of glory, plenty of wealth. Samavati Nitya Gira. Gira means words. Gishpati. Brihaspati is called Gishpati because he is the master of words. Gir Devi. Saraswati is called Gir Devi. Gira means words. Nitya Gira means eternal words. Eternal words are only Vedas. So Nitya Gira means by the Vedas. Samavati. Samavati means who is praised. Sama means praising. That is why it is called Samaveda, because Samaveda is full of beautiful, sweet hymns of praise of Bhagavan. So Samavati means one who is praised, Devi who is praised, Devi who is praised by the eternal Vedas. Somavati Shirasi. Shirasi on the head, Somavati who is holding Soma. Soma is one name for moon.
Good morning. Okay,
So, holding moon on the head. Haimavati Bhati. Haimavati is Himavan's daughter. Haimavati, Himavan's daughter. One meaning. Another meaning can be who is golden. Hima is also referred to gold. So Haimavati means one who is golden. Uma Haimavati is a name which comes in Kenopanishad, very famous. Because Upanishads do not talk about Shiva, Vishnu, Devi, etc. Upanishads talk only about Paramatma, Parabrahman. But as an exception, we find Uma Haimavati being mentioned in Kenopanishad. There is a story which is mentioned there where Uma Haimavati appears to Indra. So Haimavati, golden, Haimavati, daughter of Himavan, Bhati, shines. Parvati, daughter of Himavan, shines as Kamakshi Devi, has great love for Kampa river and the surrounds, and she is firmly seated in the minds of those who have controlled their minds, yatis, who is all pervading all over the universe and who has got plenty of wealth and glory, who is praised by the eternal Vedas, who has moon on her head, she shines. Next.
Kautukina kampayam kausumachapena kilitenantaha kuladhaivatena magata kudmalamudram dhunotu na pratibha.
Na pratibha kudmala mudram dhunotu. We will start with that. Naha means our. Pratibha means jnana here. In this case, pratibha means glory, jnana. Na pratibha, our glory, our jnana. Kudmala mudram dhunotu. Kudmala is the bud which has not yet blossomed. The bud of the flower which we have seen before also. Mudra here means the state of being bud. Dhunotu means shake off. Let our jnana shake off the state of being bud, means let it blossom. Instead of saying let it blossom into a full-fledged flower, he is saying in a different way. He is saying let it shake off the state of being bud. By whom it will shake off? Now here is the description of Devi. For the bud to become a blossom, a full-fledged flower, you need some external aid. What is that external aid? Now he is describing. Kampayam kautukinam. Kautukinam, you have seen before, similar. Kutuka is actually not just a desire, not just a prema like we saw in the last verse. It also means eagerness. We are eager to go to some place. That is kutuka. So she has eagerness and desire to be in Kampa. That is Kampayam kautukina. By her who has kutuka, by her who has desire, eagerness. Kausuma chapena, one who has, kusuma is flower, kausuma chapa is flower bow. So she has a flower arrow, she is having. Chapa is bow, kausuma chapa is actually a flower bow, but actually what he means is, he is calling the bow as the sugarcane bow as kusuma, because all products of a tree can be figuratively described as kusuma. So he is using his poetical way of describing a chapa, which we have not seen before. Kusuma is always associated with arrow, but here he is using for chapa. Chapa is bow. Bow is, as we know, sugarcane. Now kausuma chapena, flower arrow, a flower bow, which is sugarcane bow. One who is holding sugarcane bow by her. Kilitena antaha. This is very important out of all the descriptions here. Antaha kilitena. Antaha in my mind. Kilitena, nailed. Kila is a nail. Kilitena means firmly nailed, firmly fixed in place. You must have seen Kilaka Stotram in Devi Mahatmyam, Argala Stotram, Kelaka Stotram, etc. Now, Kelaka Stotram is for bringing Devi firmly in our mind. That is the Kelaka Stotram purpose. In fact, Kelaka Stotram says you should not go to Devi Mahatmyam without going through this. So here, Antaha Kilitena means one who is firmly fixed, firmly nailed in my mind. Kuladaivatena Mahata, Mahata Kuladaivatena, the great Kuladevata, the great family deity. Kuladevata, as we all know, we all have our Kuladevatas. Every family has got a Kuladevata. Now he says she is the Kuladevata for the entire Kula of humankind. Now ours is a family Kuladevata, but here we have a Kuladevata who is the Kuladevata for the entire humankind. So she is Mahata Kuladevatena, the great Kuladevata family deity. Let her shake off the state of being a bud of my jnana. That means my jnana should blossom by the blessings of Devi, who has got eagerness to stay in Kampa, who has got a flower bow, sugarcane bow, and who is firmly fixed, nailed in my mind, and who is the great Kuladevata for the entire humankind. Next.
योनाकेनापि मिलत् देहा स्वाहा सहायतिलकेन सगकारमूलदेशे संविद्रूपा कुटुम्बिनी रमते.
Ramate means who is delighting, who is very happy. Now, Devi is very happy. Now, there is a description of why Devi is so happy. Yuna kenapi milat deha swaha sahaya tilakena. The kenapi, by someone, the description of that someone is Yuna milat deha swaha sahaya tilakena. Let us start with swaha sahaya tilakena. Swaha Devi is the consort of Agni. Agni has got two Devis, Swaha and Swadha. Swaha Devi is invoked whenever we do any homa, any yajna for Devas. Whenever any offerings are to be carried to Devas, that is done with the Shakti of Swaha Devi. Similarly, when we give any offerings to Pitrus, then Agni, same Agni comes with Swadha Devi. That is why in Shraddha we use the term Swadha. He comes to Swadha Devi, and with the Shakti of Swadha Devi, he carries the offerings to Pitrus. Now, Swaha Sahaya, one who is having the help of Swaha Devi, that is Agni. One who is having the help, who is having the Sahayata of Swaha Devi, that is Agni. Swaha Sahaya is Agni. Tilakena, Shiva has got a tilaka of Agni. It is like a tilaka. The third eye is in the place of a tilaka, so it is like a mark on his forehead. So Swaha Sahaya Tilakena means by Shiva, with Shiva. With Shiva, Kenapi, someone. That Kenapi is someone, because Shiva is also beyond the scope of words and thought. So Kenapi, someone who is having a tilaka of Swaha Sahaya. Yuna, Yuna means with a young man. Yuna is the Tritiya Vibhakti of Yuva. Yuva, Yuna, with Yuva, with a young man. With a young man who is someone who is having a tilaka of Swaha Sahaya. With that person, Milat Deha, she has shared her body. Deha is body. Milat means sharing. Meeting, sharing. So this is the reference to the Ardhanarishwara form. The first part of the shloka is a reference to the Ardhanarishwara form. So where Devi is sharing her body with someone who is a young man, who is having a tilaka of Swaha Sahaya Agni. Then next, Sahakara Moola Deshe, in the area at the foot of mango tree. Sahakara is mango tree, Moola is foot, Desha is area. At the foot of the mango tree, she is shining. Ramate is shining, na? So she is shining where? She is shining in Sahakara Mooladeshe, and she has shared her body with Swaha Sahayatalaka, and she is Samvidrupa. Samvidrupa is the most important description in this shloka. Samvidrupa is, she is Jnana Rupa. Samviti means the highest jnana. Viti itself means jnana. Samviti means the best, highest jnana. So she is the of the form of highest jnana. What is Devi's form? Not like our human body. Her form is Chit, that is consciousness. That is jnana. Consciousness is jnana, samviti. So she Kutumbini. She is having a family. What is her family? Of course, she has already merged her body with Shiva. So Shiva is part of her family. Plus, she is having the entire universe as her family. So that is why he is leaving it as a general term, Kutumbini. He doesn't say Shiva as a part of the Kutumba. He doesn't say that. He says Kutumbini. She is having a family. Family of what? Family of the entire universe. So someone is shining who is having someone with whom she has shared her body, who is a young man, who is having a mark of Agni, Swaha Sahaya, on his forehead, and she is of the very form of the highest jnana, and she is shining at the foot of the mango tree, and she is having the entire universe as her kutumba, as her family. Next.
कुसुमशर गर्व संपत् कोशगृहं भाति कांचि देशगतं स्थापितमस्मिन् कथमपि गोपितमन्तर्मया मनोरत्नम्.
Bhati again shines. The Devi is shining. Bhati means shining. Bha means shine. That's why he is called Bhaskara. Surya is called Bhaskara because he produces shine. Bhati, she is shining. Kanchi Desha Gatam. She is taken to the area of Kanchipuram. So Kanchi Desha Gatam. She has gone to Kanchi Desha. And Kusuma Shara Garba described as Koshagraham. Koshagraham means treasury. Koshagraham is treasury. Kosha is treasure. Koshagraham, treasury. Where treasure is kept. What is the treasure kept in? Devi. Kusuma Shara Garva Sampat. Sampat means wealth. Wealth is the treasure which is kept in the treasury. What is that wealth? Garva. Garva means pride. Somebody's pride is the wealth. What is that? Kusuma Shara is Manmatha. The one who is having flower arrows. That is Manmatha. Manmatha's pride is the wealth which is kept as the treasure in the treasury, which is Devi. That means what? That means the control is with Devi. Now he takes pride, Manmatha takes pride in being very handsome, in being able to bring the entire universe under his sway. He is having that pride which is legitimate pride. Now, but that legitimate pride is caused, that power is given by Devi, which is made very clear in this phrase. Kusuma Shara Garva Sampat Kosha Griham Sthapitam Asmin Kathamapi Gopitam Antaha Maya Manoratnam. Now, Antaha, inside that Koshagriha, inside that box of treasure, which is already having the Sampat, Garva Sampat, now I have placed something, he says, Gopitam, very secretly, Antaha, inside that box, Gopitam, very secretly, Maya, by me, has been kept. What is kept? Manoratnam. Because inside the box, you will keep only a ratna, isn't it? Only a gem. You won't keep a ordinary thing inside a treasure box. So he is describing his mind as a gem. The gem of my mind has been very secretly, very guardedly, very carefully kept inside that box. Maya Manoratnam Antaha Gopitam Kathamapi. Somehow, you don't ask me how I kept it. Because I must have tried 100 ways. Because to train our mind on Devi is not a one-day task. That is why he is saying Kathamapi. Somehow I managed to keep with great effort. Kathamapi. Maybe I made the effort through several births. Now I have managed to keep it. Asmin name. Asmin name means Asmin, that Koshagriha. Asmin name, in that Koshagriha, in the treasure box. Sthapitam. Firmly kept. Firmly kept. Gopitam, very secretly, has been firmly kept. Kathamapi, somehow. Asmin, in that Koshagriha. Maya, by me, Manoratnam, the gem of my mind. Gopitam, very secretly. Antaha, inside that. Asmin, Antaha, inside that box. So, Devi is shining, having gone to Kanchidesha. She is the very treasure box of the wealth of pride of Manmatha. And inside that box, I managed to keep the gem of my mind. Somehow, firmly and secretly, I managed to keep. Next.
Dagdhashadadvaranyam Daradalita Kusumba Sambhrutarunyam Kalaye Navatarunyam Kampa Tatasimni Kimapi Karunyam.
Dagdha Shadadvaranyam. Now, here he is describing qualities as Devi. Now, Devi having qualities. No. Devi is the quality. Devi is Karunyam. Devi is Tarunyam. Devi is Arunyam. Devi is Aranyam. Dagdha Shadadva Aranyam. Aranyam means forest. Shat Adva, 6 Advas. Adva means path. Dagdha means burnt. The path, the 6 paths which form the forest have been burnt by Devi. Means what? There are 6 paths which are described in Devi literature, in Tantras. They are called Shat Advas, Shadadva, Shadadvatita Rupini. The form of Devi is beyond 6 Advas. Now, what is 6 Advas? Mantradhva cha padadhva cha varnadhva cheti shabdataha bhuvanadhva cha tattvadhva kaladhva cha arthata kramat. These are the 6 adhvas which are given in many shastras. This quotation is from Vayavya Samhita. Now this describes 2 types of adhvas. Now each of those 2 is divided into 3. That is why you get 6. One is Shabda Adhva, another is Artha Adhva. Adhva words, Adhva meaning. This is clear to us. There is a word and there is a meaning associated with the word. The word is described in 3 subdivisions. One is Varna, another is Mantra, another is Pada. Varna is letter, Mantra we know, Pada is word. Word is described as the 3, Varna, Mantra and Pada. Now, similarly, Artha, which is the meaning, has again been divided into 3, Kala, Tattva and Bhuvana. Kala is part, Tattva is the principle, Bhuvana is the entire. That is, these are, various stages of progression of jnana of the sadhaka. The jnana of the sadhaka doesn't blossom in one day. So, when it blossoms in stages. So these are the stages. You understand part meaning first, then you understand the principle behind the Shabda, then you understand the whole Bhuvana, the entire. Now, this is also technically described into 2 subdivisions. We have seen before, Prakasha and Vimarsha. These are all technical terms which are used in Sri Vidya literature. Prakasha is associated with Shiva and Vimarsha is associated with Shakti. We have seen it before. Now the Artha part, the 3 Adhvas, Kala, Tattva and Bhavana, which are the Artha part, is associated with Prakasha, with Shiva. The 3 Varna, Mantra, Pada, the 3 Adhvas which are of the Shabda part are associated with Vimarsha, which is Shakti. Because Vagartha viva sampraktau Vagartha pratipattiye Jagata Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwaro, we say. So Vak is associated with Parvati. Artha is associated with Parameshwara, which is Shiva. Same thing here. Artha is associated with Shiva, which is Prakasha. Shabda is associated with Vimarsha, which is Shakti. But this is only for dividing for our understanding. There is only one Devi, there is only one entity which becomes Shiva and Shakti for doing a certain job, for a certain purpose, that is creating the universe. So, inside that, we use words for communication. Words have got meaning. So, because Vedas and Shastras teach us through words and they convey the meaning. So, words and meaning are essential for getting jnana. So, but all this jnana, which is connected with the words, are not required or useless once you have attained the highest jnana. That is the point which is brought out here. All these words, even if it is Vedas, even if it is Shastras, because when Narada went to Sanat Kumara in Chandogya Upanishad, Sanat Kumara asked him, "What do you know?" Because Narada wanted the highest Brahma Jnana from Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara asked Narada, "What is your present level of knowledge?" Then he gave a very big list. If you see, Chandogya is very interesting. He starts with Vedas, Shastras, astrology, this, that, so many things he said. That means he knew practically everything. But what is important, he didn't know. The Brahma Jnana he didn't have. So even Vedas are not required for a Brahma Jnani. All these are mere words. All these words and their meanings have no place in the highest Brahma Jnana. That is why it is burnt, he says. This is like a ladder. It is normally Shastras describe this as ladder to reach the higher level of the floor. Once you reach the higher level of the floor and if you are going to stay there permanently, why do you need the ladder? You shake off the ladder. That is what it says here. Dagdha Shadadvaranyam, the forest of six advas, the forest of six paths is completely burnt once you have attained Devi. That is the meaning. There is a very deep meaning, this phrase. Daradalita Kusumbha Sambhrita Arunyam. Arunyam, she is of red color. Aruna is the Sarathi of Surya, and when Aruna comes, Arunodaya comes, we find a red sky, isn't it? So Arunyam is red color, pink red color. Sambhrita, holding Kusumbha, Kusumbha flower. This is a type of flower, Kusumbha flower, safflower. Now, Kusumbha flower is holding red color. Dara Dalita, just to open, just to blossom. Dalita means blossom. Dara, just slightly opened, slightly blossomed red flower. Because Aruna is also the initial stage of Surya. Afterwards, he becomes white. So, just to open, just to blossomed safflower shows the red color. She is of that red color. Devi is of that red color. Kalaye. Kalaye means I meditate. I bring to my mind. Nava Tarunyam. Tarunyam. Taruni means young woman. Tarunyam, youth. Nava, just she has become Taruni. She has just become a young woman. New youth. Nava Tarunyam, new youth. Kampa Tata Semni, in the area of the banks of Kampa river. Kampa Tata Semni. Kimapi, someone whom I cannot describe, someone whom I have described to the best of my ability. Kimapi, Karunyam, she is of the very form of compassion. Her form is compassion itself, Karuna itself. So, someone who is of the very form of compassion is shining on the banks of Kampa river, who is of new youth. I meditate on her, and she is the one who is the Agni for the forest of Shadadhva, six adhvas, six paths, and she has the beautiful red color of the safflower just opened, slightly blossomed. Next.
अधिकाञ्चि वर्धमानाम् अतुलां करवाणि पारण मक्ष्णोः आनन्दपाकभेदाम् अरुणिम परिणाम गर्भपल्लविता.
Karavani, I will make. I will make Akshnoho Paranam. Akshnoho means ice. Of the ice, Parana is food. We all know Parana is taken on Dwadashi day after Ekadashi fast. On the morning of Dwadashi day, it's called Parana. That means food after a fast is called the Parana. He says, food for the eyes I will make. Because my eyes have become dry, my eyes have not seen such a phenomenon for ages, so it is Parana. Because my eyes are undergoing fast. Now I will get my food for the eyes. That is why he is describing it as Parana, not Anna. Adhikanchi Vardhamanam. Who is that food for the eyes? Adhikanchi, inside Kanchipuram. Vardhamana. Vardhamana means growing, developing. Now he is not saying Vartamana. Vartamana means staying in Kanchi. He is saying Vardhamana. He is saying growing in Kanchi. What does it mean? It means she is ever growing, ever developing, ever growing. As more and more people come, she is showing more and more compassion, more and more glory. Yesterday's Kamakshi is different from today's Kamakshi. That is why Vardhamana. Atulam. Atulam means there is no parallel to her. Tula means parallel. Atulam, there is no parallel to her, unparalleled. Ananda Paka Bhedam. Paka is fruition. Paka is cooking. Paka is maturity, fruition. Ananda Paka, the maturity, the fruition of Ananda. Bheda. Bheda means different from. That means he is saying, whatever Ananda you consider as Ananda, you take the highest Ananda. She is different from that. You cannot think of that Ananda. That Ananda is different from whatever Ananda, the highest matured Ananda which you can think of. This is interpreted in a very deep manner in Shastras, like we saw the other Adva theory. Ananda has got a lot of theories in Shastras. There is something called Vishayananda. Ananda which is produced by mundane objects. Now, these mundane objects have got threefold Ananda: Priyam, Modam, and Pramodam. These are the three levels of Ananda which we get from Vishayas, from mundane objects. Priyam is liking. We like the object first. Moda, we like it from a distance, then we get it. Moda means on getting that object in our hand, we get some extra Ananda, that is Moda. Pramoda is when you taste that. You see some food, you take the food in your hand, and then you taste the food. These are the three stages of enjoyment of Vishayas. This is how Shastra describes Vishayananda: Priyam, Modam, and Pramodam. So Pramoda is the highest of the Vishayanandas. Now she is beyond that, even beyond that Pramoda, which you get from Vishayananda. So she is different from Ananda Paka Bhedam. Arunima Parinama Garva Pallavitam. This Arunima, this red color, now he is giving a big phrase for that. This red color he is describing in a very poetical manner. Pallava means sprout, a shoot, a branch, a tender branch is called Pallava. She is Pallava. What Pallava? Arunima Parinama Garva Pallava. Garva is pride, Parinama is the end result, Arunima is red color. That means the ultimate red color, the pride of the ultimate red color is Arunima Parinama Garva. The pride of the ultimate red color. The pride of the ultimate red color, if it becomes a Pallava, if it becomes a sprout, if it becomes a tender branch, that is Devi. That means what? That means she is the ultimate in that Arunima color. You cannot say that that is also Arunima color, this is also Arunima color. No, there is no comparison. That is why she is Atula. She is beyond comparison. So I want to make Karavani. I shall make the food for my eyes after a fast. I have not had this food for a long time. someone who is unparalleled, who is growing, ever growing in the area of Kanchi, who is making a difference to the mature Ananda, which we all know, Vishayananda, and who is herself a sprout, a tender branch of the pride of the ultimate in red color. Next.
बाणशृणिपाशकार्मुक पाणिममुं कमपि कामपीठगतं येन धरकोणचूडं शोणिमपरिपाक भेदमाकलये.
We saw Kalaye before, we here also same, Akalaye, same. That means I meditate intensely, Akalaye. Whom he is meditating, he is describing. Bana, Sruni, Pasha, Karmuka, Panim, Amum. Amum means this one, this person. Amum means this person. Kamapi, someone. This person I cannot describe. She is Kamapi. This person who is someone who is having in her pani, in her hands, in her arms, 4 items she is having. Bana, Sruni, Pasha, Karmuka. Bana is arrow, flower arrow. Sruni is Ankusha, goad. Pasha is the rope. Karmuka is the bow. Bow, arrow, Ankusha and Pasha. She is having four of these things in her hands. Someone who is this person, Kamapetha Gatam, who is taking the seat in Kamapetha, Kamakoti Petha in Kanchipuram. Yenadhara Kona Chodam. The fact that she is having moon on her head has been described 1,000 times, but in 1,000 different ways. That is the poet's speciality. Choda means on the head. Choda mani, you know, the gem on the head, the jewel on the head, which is worn on the head, that is Choda mani. So Choda is the head. Kona Yenadhara. Kona is a part of Yenadhara. Yenadhara is moon, a part of the moon, that is crescent, not the full moon. Why it is called Yenadhara? Yena is deer. There is a blemish in moon, which is we have seen before, Shashadhara, that is like a hare, like a rabbit. It is also described as Yena. It is described as deer. It is also like a deer. Sometimes it looks like a deer, sometimes it looks like a rabbit. So Yenadhara, one who is having the mark of Yena, mark of deer, that is moon. Kona, Yenadhara Kona, that is the part of the moon. Choda, she is having crescent on her head. Shonima Paripaka Bhedam. Here again, the same red color comes again for description. Shonima is red color. Paripaka, the ultimate, the highest, the mature, the most matured redness. Bhedam. Here does not mean different from that, because we have described it as ultimate. So ultimate is herself. So Bheda is not difference here. It means something which is different from what you imagine as Shonima Paripaka. That is the indirect meaning. That means you cannot imagine, that is beyond your imagination. So it is Bheda. Bheda for our imagination, but it is Shonima Paripaka. Something which is beyond imagination. Ultimate in redness. Now here, Shonima is a term because he is using Arunima again and again. Now he is using Shonima. He is reserving the term Shonima whenever he wants to bring the Vimarsha theory. We have seen it before. That means why he is using the word Bheda is connected with Shonima. Because he is using the term Shonima, he is using the term Bheda. Shonima is redness. But what redness? Redness connected with Vimarsha. Vimarsha is connected with creation. Vimarsha is connected with creation. Prakasha is connected with Shiva. We have seen it before. So, Shiva is Prakasha, Shakti is Vimarsha. So, Vimarsha is connected with Shonima. We have seen it before. That is the Sri Vidya theory. So, if you are considering the red color, which is connected with Vimarsha, Bheda means not what you see in the universe. She is not what you see in the universe. She is different from that. She is the root of that. That is the indirect deep meaning. That's why he is using Bheda. Shonima Paripaka, the ultimate redness, which is different from what you observe, which is the root of Shonima Paripaka. In other words, she is the root, she is different from the mature redness. Akalaye, I meditate in my mind. One who is resorted to Kamapitha, who is having in her hands 4 items, arrow, bow, pasha and ankusha, and who is having crescent on her head, and who is the different, mature, ultimate redness. Next.
किं वा फलति ममान्यैः बिम्बाधरचुम्बि मन्दहासमुखी सम्बाधकरी तमसाम् अम्बा जागर्ति मनसि कामाक्षी
किं वा फलति मम अन्यैः मम किं वा फलति. What fruit am I going to get? Phala is fruit. Mama, for me. For me, kim. What fruit am I going to get? Kim va means what fruit at all? What fruit at all am I going to get? Anyaihi. Here it is typed as anyauhi, which is wrong. Mama anyaihi. In English it is typed correctly. Mama anyaihi. In Sanskrit it is typed wrongly. Mama anyauhi it is typed. Mama kim va phalati. What fruit am I going to get? Which fruit at all am I going to get? Anyaihi, from others. From others, what fruit am I going to get? Other than Devi. That means I don't care for the rest. What fruit am I going to? I'm not going to get any fruit from them. Why should I care for them? That is the emotion he is showing here. Now he is describing Devi. Bimbadhara Chumbi Mandahasa Mukhi. Mukhi is having the face. Mandahasa is a gentle smile. Her face is having a gentle smile. Bimbadhara Chumbi. Bimbadhara, Adhara is lips. Lips like bimba fruit. Red lips like bimba fruit, which are being kissed. Chumbi means kissed, which are being kissed by gentle smile. Gentle smile, kissing the lips which are like bimba fruit. Such a face she is having. Sambadhakari tamasam. Tamasam of darkness, of ignorance. Tamas is darkness, tamas is ignorance. Sambadhakari, one who creates obstruction. Badha means obstruction. Sambadhakari, one who creates obstruction. Obstructor. She is the one who creates obstruction for ignorance, obstruction for tamas. Amba, my mother. Kamakshi, when my mother Kamakshi is there for removing my darkness, when she is having a face which is gentle smile, she is not terrible like Chandi. She is having a very gentle smile which is kissing her beautiful red-colored bimba type adhara lips. Then what do I need from others? That is the question. Manasi Jagarti, that Kamakshi is awakened in my mind. Jagarti, awakened. Manasi, in my mind. She is awake in my mind. When she is awake in my mind, in everybody's mind, Kamakshi is there, but she is not awake. She is sleeping because we are not able to see. Because we have a curtain of ignorance between her and us. That is why he said Sambadhakari Tamasa. Once that ignorance is, that curtain is removed, we can see her in full glory, and she is Jagarti, awake in my mind. So my mother Kamakshi is awake in my mind, who is the obstructor of darkness, once I see her, the darkness is gone, the curtain of darkness is removed, and she is having a face, gentle smile, very inviting, enchanting, gentle smile, kissing her bimba fruit like red-colored lips. Then what do I need from others? What fruit am I expecting from others? Next.
मंचे सदा शिवमये परशिवमय ललित पुष्प पर्यंके अधिचक्र मध्यमास्ते कामाक्षी नाम किमपि मम भाग्यम्.
Kamakshi nama kimapi mama bhagyam. Very simple, beautiful phrase. Someone who is kimapi, someone. But I cannot describe her. I only know her name. That is what he means. Don't think by telling her name, I have known everything about Kamakshi. Now, sometimes we know some people by name, we don't know anything about them. He is using that phrase. He is saying, Kimapi Kamakshi Nam. Some. That is my bhagyam. That is my good fortune. I know that she is my good fortune. I know her name is Kamakshi. I don't know anything more. Kamakshi Nama Kimapi Mama Bhagyam Aste. She is seated. Where she is seated? Now he is describing the seat of Kamakshi. This shloka is about the seat of Kamakshi. Where she is seated. Manche Sadashiva Maye. On the cot, which is Sadashiva. In Manidvipa, she is sitting on a cot which is Sadashiva. She is sitting on the lap of Sadashiva, and she is sitting on a cot of Sadashiva, and that cot has got 4 legs, which is Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Ishvara. This is all described in all Shastras, Saundara Lahari, Lalita Sahasranamam, etc. Pancha Brahmasana Sthita. This is that. Now, 4 devatas as 4 legs. On that you have a spread, that is the mancha, that is the cot. Now that cot is what? Sadashiva Maye Manche. On the cot which is Sadashiva, she is seated. Aste is seated. Now she is seated on this cot. Parishiva Maya Lalita Paushpa Paryanke. Paryanke is the bed. What bed? Parashiva. Parishiva. 1 minute. Parashiva. It should be Parashiva, not Parishiva. Parishiva is not correct. Parashiva. Parashiva Maya Lalita Paushpa Paryanke. We always talk about kings, queens, devatas reclining on a bed of flower, isn't it? Flower bed. Because that is the most Lalita, most gentle. Lalita Paushpa Paryanke, very gentle flower bed. She is seated on very gentle flower bed. Paryanka is bed. Mancha is the cot. Paryanka is the bed. Parashiva Maya. Now what is that bed? It is not ordinary flower bed. It is Shiva Maya. Parameshwara is the bed. This is all described in Shastras. Parashiva Maya Lalita Paushpa Paryanke. Okay, she is seated on a cot. She is seated only on the cot? No, she is also seated in Adhichakra Madhyam. Adhichakra Madhyama Aste. Adhichakra Madhyama Aste. She is at the center, Madhyama, of Chakra, Sri Chakra. She is at the center of the Sri Chakra in the form of Bindu. And that Bindu has taken a form of Devi, who is seated on the Paryanka, on the bed, flower bed, very gentle, very nice, very beautiful flower bed, which is Parameshwara himself. And that cot is Sadashiva himself, and someone who is my fortune, whose name is Kamakshi. Now this is described in, I'll just cite one shloka from Saundara Lahari. Sudha Sindhor Madhye Sura Vitapivati Parivrite Madidvipe Nipo Pavanavati Chintamani Grihe Shivakare Manche. That is the same. Manche Sadashiva Maye. Now before that, the Manidvipa itself is described as being in the middle of Sudha Sindhu, Amrita Sagara. Sura Vitapivati Parivrite. It is surrounded by a Nandavana, a garden of Devaloka trees, Kalpaka and other trees. Manidvipe, Nipovana, Kadamba, Upavana, Kadamba garden, Chintamani Grihe, inside the Chintamani Griha. Inside, this is the description of, before we reach the Chintamani Griha, this is all described in Devi Bhagavatam also. Shivakare Manche, on the Mancha, on the court of Shiva, Paramashiva Paryanka Nilayam. That is the same thing here. Parashiva Maya Lalita Paushpa Paryanke. On the bed, which is Paramashiva himself. Bhajantitvam Dhanyaha Katichana Chidananda Laharim. You are Chidananda Lahari. You are the Ananda Lahari of Chitu and Katichana Dhanyaha. Some who are fortunate. That's why he is also saying, so similar statement he is making here. Kimapi mama bhagyam, he says. There also he says, Katichana Dhanyaha. Some lucky people, Tvam Bhajanti. They worship you, he says. Okay, let's go to next.
रक्षोऽस्मि कामपीठी लासिकया घनकृपाम्बु राशिकया श्रुतियुवति कुन्तलीमणि मालिकया तुहिनशैलबालिकया
Rakshosmi. Rakshaha means I am fit to be protected. I am fit to be protected by whom? Now he is describing Devi. Rakshaha means I am fit to be protected. It does not mean Rakshitaha asmi. I am protected. He doesn't say. He doesn't say I am protected. He says I am fit to be protected. So you must come and protect me. Kamapithi Lasikaya. By Devi who performs Lasya dance in Kamapitha. Kamapithi Lasikaya. Lasikaya means one who performs Lasya dance. Tandava dance is performed by Shiva. Women perform Lasya dance. Lasya by the very name shows it is very Lalita, very gentle, suited for women. So she is performing the Lasya dance in Kamapitha. Ghanakrupambu Rashikaya, by that person who is Amburashi. Amburashi means ocean. Ambu is water. Amburashi, ocean. What ocean? Kripa Amburashi, ocean of compassion. What Kripa? Ghana Kripa, dense compassion. That means Ghana is like a dense cloud, water-bearing cloud. Like that, she is having compassion, very dense compassion. Ocean, she is that ocean herself. By her, I am fit to be protected. By her, who is dancing, Lasya dance in Kamapitha, I am fit to be protected. Tuhina Shaila Balikaya. Who is that person? She is the Balika, young girl of, young daughter of Tuhina Shaila. Shaila means mountain. Tuhina means Hima, snow mountain. That is Himavan, Himagiri. Tuhina Shaila is Himagiri. Himagiri Balika, that means daughter of Himavan. Also, Shruti Yuvati Kuntali Mani Malikaya. Mani Malika. Mani Malika is a necklace of gems. Malika is a necklace, a garland. Malika is actually a garland. Garland made of not flowers, but garland made of money, gems. Now, where is that Mani Malika kept? It is kept on the Yuvati Kuntali. Kuntali means hair. On the hair of young girl. She is not the young girl. She is the Mani Malika. She is the gem, garland of gem on the hair of some young woman. Who is that young woman? Shruti, Vedas. If you consider Vedas as a young woman, and if you go to the top, the head of the young woman, who is that? That is Upanishad. Upanishad is the Jnanakanda, is the ultimate, is the head of Shruti, that is Vedas. Why he is calling Veda as Yuvati? Because it is ever young. The more you study Vedas, the more meanings you get. It is ever young. It is never old. You cannot say it is very ancient. It is beginningless, anadi, but it doesn't mean it is old. It is not old. So that point he wants to emphasize. Shruti Yuvati, the young woman called Vedas, of that young woman Kuntala, the hair, which is the Upanishad. So she is the Manimalika of the Upanishad, the garland of gems of the Upanishad. By her, I am fit to be protected, who is dancing the gentle, beautiful dance of Laksha in Kamapetha, who is the very ocean of compassion, dense compassion, and who is herself the, the garland of gems in the hair of Shruti Yuvati, the young woman called Vedas, and she is the young daughter of Himavan. She is always young. She is always 16, so she is always young. Next.
लीये पुरहर जाये माय sorry माये तव तरुण पल्लवच्छाये चरणे चन्द्राभरणे काञ्ची शरणे नतार्ति संहरणे.
Liye means I merge. I lose myself. I merge. Tava charane liye. In your feet, I merge. Tava charane liye. Tava is there in the first line. Charane is in the second line. You have to put them together. Liye tava charane. I merge in your feet. Now he is addressing her. In whom I am going to merge my feet. Purahara Jaya. Jaya means wife. Jaya means wife. Purahara is Shiva. Purahara means Tripurari, one who destroyed the three Puras. So Shiva's consort, Shiva's wife. Maye. Maye is just two letters. It conveys a lot of things. She is Maya. She is the one who creates Maya. She is the one who can destroy Maya. So she is responsible for Maya. The world is Maya and we are caught in that Maya. So who is going to release her from that Maya? Only Devi. So she is Maya and she is going to release her from that Maya. So all that is contained in the two letters. Maye, Karuna, Pallava, Chaye. Beauty of the tender shoot. Chaya is beauty. Pallava is tender shoot. Beauty of the tender shoot. Karuna means young. Just from the bud stage, it has just come out as a tender shoot. So that is, from the seed you get the tender branch, from the tender branch you get bud, from the bud you get Pallava again. That is Taruna Pallava Chaye. Chandra Bharane, who is having ornament of Abharana, ornament of Chandra, moon. Kanchi Sharane, who has taken refuge, who is staying, who is having her abode in Kanchipuram. Nata Arti Samharane. Nata, one who is bowing to her, one who is prostrating to her. Arti is misery. Arti is misery. I don't know why people keep the name as Arti. You find the name Arti very often, which is very wrong. Arti means misery. Harati is different, which is what we perform in front of Devatas and Acharyas. That is Harati, not Arti. The two are different. So Arti is misery, Nata Arti, the misery of those who worship. Samharane, destroying the misery of those who worship Nata Arti Samharane. So I merge my mind. Now you have to understand this Taruna Pallava Chaye and Natarti Samharane go with Charane. Purahara Jaye, Chandra Bharane, Kanchi Sharane go with Devi. So this distinction we have to make. I merge my mind in the feet of Devi, who is the consort of Purahara and who has taken refuge in Kanchipuram and who is having moon as her ornament. That is about the Devi. Now about the feet. Now those feet are having the beautiful red color and the tender shoot, young tender shoot. That is how feet are always described. And Nata Arti Samharane. I don't need Devi for destroying my misery. The feet are good enough for me. That is Nata Arti Samharane Charane. So I bow at the feet which are capable of destroying the misery of those who worship her. So I think we stop with this. We close for the day and we invite questions.
Namaskaram, Mama. Can you please elaborate on the 6 attvas that you were mentioning in shloka number 66, Mama?
I think I did a lot of elaboration. It doesn't need any more elaboration. You please go through the lecture notes, which will be published later on, because it is very difficult to say anything more on that.
Sure, Mama.
There are 6 paths which are described, which are used for reaching the Devi. The paths are Shabda and Artha, word and meaning. She is beyond word and meaning, that's all.